Welcome, guys, to Gemmels. Gemmels. Oh, fuck! What the hell did I do? My bad, I fucked something up. Okay, I think it's starting to look somewhat better. To Gemmels, scary, super scary, stream. Hi, Toshi. Horror. Hi, Nilly, how are you? The scariest of them all. See, put like some fire noises. That's how scary it is. Imagine we're in a fire camp and we're telling ghost stories, but it's creepy pasta. But hello, how are you? How are you? What is up? Today might be a little bit of a short stream because I don't know when my family's gonna come and stuff like that. So let's just like put that in the pin. But like, yeah, it's gonna be a short stream maybe. But it's gonna be fun because it's scary stories and everyone loves scary stories, don't they? So it's gonna be fine, I think. Yeah. And yeah. You guys like creepypasta, right? And you guys like Pokemon? What if we combine that? Because like my friend he suggested like doing some Pokemon ones. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Panic. Sorry, I slept myself. Oh, it'll stretch too. Mhm. Oh, uh, creepypasta are fun. Yeah. It's fun, but like the scariest from what I read before in back in my days is like Pokemon. I'm actually scared of the Pokemon ones, but I'm not scared of like the Jeff the Clown or was it or Slenderman or anything like that. That's child's play. Yeah. Why you fucking bitch? Yeah. I hate you so much. Oh, yeah. Okay, at least this time you actually made me suffer alone and not by yourself, bitch. Yeah. I remember Ito the Reke. Rake. I don't know what that is. Yeah. Yeah. So you're streaming early not to read scary stories at night, right? Yeah, I'm not gonna read anything at night because last time I did, I actually have nightmares. So, yeah, that's something, yeah, that I couldn't do anymore. Yeah. And like especially like at night, I tend to like get scared of the dark so quickly. So, yeah, at times when I actually go downstairs, I make sure to like turn on the lights and then run back to upstairs. Yeah. I, but you remember a lot. Is that something that you're scared of, Nilly? Yeah, but yeah, you guys have any favorite creepypasta? I know, like back then, right? Yeah, in I think fourth grade is I think that's when it started. My friend, my friend literally showed me a very scary image of Jeff the Killer, and that image haunt me for days because like that was really scary. But then after like a few years, yeah, like my friends then introduced me to like lemons and creep and like fan fictions. Yeah. And then I was no longer scared. I was actually disappointed in humanity. Yeah, but that's not the point. The point is like there is still yeah, creepy, scary stories. Yeah, and then like we're gonna try to read them, at least a couple of them that we can find. And if you guys have any suggestion, yeah, for any horror stories that are creepypasta, yeah, please feel free to link them to me. And also, no, not copy pasta. Creepy pasta. There's a difference. Yeah, the copy pasta is another redeem for another day. Not redeem, but you know, for the donothon thing. Yeah. So yeah, I'm still doing the donut thing, and the second thing to hit is 75 with the copy pasta. So and the reason why I'm doing creepy pasta is because we hit this goal. So thank you again, guys, for this. You guys are making my job so much easier for moving out. Yeah. Okay, so the one I found so far is called the Easter egg, Snow on Mid Silver. Yeah. anything about it. I only saw it and read it, and then I just like picked it. Yeah. So hopefully, it is a very scary one. Yeah. Okay, so my brothers and I we kind of grew up on Pokemon. Yeah, around here, a lot of kids did. It worked out perfectly for us too. Every time a new gen came out, yeah, one of us would get a one version. One of us would get the other, and since my mom liked to spoil us, we both got the third one. Yeah, this is going to sound at first a bittersweet story about two siblings who grew up with couples of games that eventually take them down two different roads. Well, it's more than that. Nah, fuck you, Phoenix. The years rolled by, and we kept collecting. Game Boys got old. Yeah, we replaced them. Cartridge finally gave out. Yeah, and we picked out new copies. Yeah, but we start down two completely different roads before Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald came out. Yeah, see, around then, my brother got a Game Shark. We all heard about the hacks and cheats you could do with them. Even if we are kinda late to the party, yeah, they sounded awfully cool. Our first guinea pig cartridge was my brother's Blue Olds version. We just sticked around with it a little. Nothing major, yeah. But whatever we did fucked up the cartridge up. Yeah. Is 5 minutes over? Can I actually speak normally now? I'm pretty sure 5 minutes is over. God damn it. Okay. Uh After a couple of cold entries, it glitched out completely and became unplayable. Naturally, we were upset at first. My brother moaned the loss of his hours of work, and I was sympathetic. I told him, "It's okay. We can replace it, I guess. Stupid Shark was a waste of money." But here, our paths finally differ. After seeing the mess it had turned Blue version into, I had become opposed to the idea of hacking or cheating any of my games. What can I say? I'm a chick. I had feelings for the little pixel critter, at least with that Game Shark. But my brother had taken his game destruction as a personal challenge or something. I don't think he ever played a game after which wasn't hacked somehow. Yeah, we play a shit ton of Pokemon, man. But for us, there really wasn't much else to do. We live out in the country while many other kids, and the farmers didn't want us in their property, so we play Pokemon out on the lawn just about all day, every day. It was pretty awesome to us, at least. We lost the Game Shark when our rooms got moved around. A new addition was built onto our house and it disappeared into the mess of shit that got stuffed in the new closet. Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald arrived, and after playing through them once, we were both in agreement that they were definitely lacking in comparison to the last gem. We both try another honest playthrough, and though we managed to finish it, it left us both yearning for some good old-fashioned nostalgia. Where were our old gold, silver, and crystal cartridge, though? It took us probably a month to dig through the box we've been too lazy to open before, but we finally found one full of shitload of our electronic. My old purple Game Boy Color still work. His red one could no longer hold the batteries in place. Both of our GBA were fine, though along with our snake-like and link cables, that one with the nifty little connector in the middle that I had always wrapped up so carefully to avoid fraying the wires and condemning it to the trash like our last cable. We both grabbed everything we could. It was so nice to have yellow, which was my first and most cherished game of any series, not just Pokemon, and red and gold back. We went through the motion of checking our old files, taking in all the old memories, and eventually we figured the gem one stuff was too nostalgic to get rid of. I restart gold, he restarts silver. Immediately, he snatched the Game Shark out of the box and slipped it back into the GBA. I then shook my head at him. I remember what I said to him. That thing will kill your game, you know. I feel like that's like something important. Mm. He never liked me preaching about him abusing a pixel. I shut my mouth after that, and it had him off from playing with me. I guess it was just one time too many or something. I ought to keep my thoughts to myself, really. It was a couple of days later that it happened. I was on the porch, Game Boy in hand, just about to go into the Leap 4 when I realized I needed a little help. My team was ill balanced thanks to my playing through for leisure, and that time I was no longer a great trainer that can pull off gimmicks runs. I knew that my brother had been 2 badges ahead of me when we last checked with one another, so I was hoping maybe he can let me borrow a Pokemon or two for this run through. Now the thing is that I spent the last 24 hours at a game place. I literally come home, dumped my bag in my room, and crept out into the sun with my GBA to play. I had no idea what he's been up to. For all I know, he'd be done with the game and got into a new one, which I figure was all the better for me since he wouldn't need those Pokemon, and I stand a better chance with nicking a few. So I got up and went into the house. When I was crossing the living room, I noticed all of his Pokemon games lying on the floor. Some of the cartridge has been mangled, like they've been hacked with something sharp. Even his old blue version, long ago dead and too sentimental to throw away, was lying with the plastic cut rag split halfway with one side, completely unusable anymore. Even if it would have worked. I was a little scared. This had happened this morning. Otherwise, our mom would have seen, and it wouldn't be lying on the carpet. Tucking my GBA in my pocket, I crept into his room and found the door unlocked. Somehow, that was even more concerning. I walked in and found my brother sitting in the edge of his bed. His GBA was in pieces on the floor at his feet, smashed into pieces. Next to him on the bed was a hammer, and our mother's gardening scissors. His face was paler than I ever seen it, even whiter than the time we got on Corning and the old guy up in the street legally blind and raving nut job had came and chased us with a shotgun. Actually, that would have been more fucking scary. What the fuck? And now I noticed the Game Shark on the ground and a silver cartridge corner poking onto his bed. Somehow they had been spared by the wrath of the hammer. Are you okay? I asked, remembering the chills that ran through me. He was my little brother. Seeing him like this was terrifying. It was awful. I remember him rasping, and the way his voice rattled made my knees weak. Oh god, white everywhere, and then black. I remember running up over and hugging him, and I remember his limp arm fell and brushed the Game Boy into my pocket, and his sudden scream right into my ear made me jump and bit my tongue by accident. He ripped the handheld from my pocket and hurled it to the wall. I cried at the dent the plastic system made there, running over to collect it. The screen has gone dark, and though I fear the worst, then I flicked the switch it power up normally. I waited in the corner, trying to pretend that the GBA mattered enough not to go and run for our mom. The volume was on. The Pokemon theme started up, and he screamed again, picking up the hammer. This time, I screamed too, and ran from the room with my GBA clutched to my chest like a shield. He ended up in the psych ward of the hospital for 2 days. When we went to visit him, I left the GBA at home. No one could figure out what has happened to set up this strange manic behavior. There was some talk, but I didn't understand at that time about a disorder he may or may not had. And even though mom and me collected and brought it to cut the cartridge to be looked at, my mom's idea, not mine. No one had even thought to tie it back to the game. Maybe it was my fault. I hadn't said a word about what happened, and when he accidentally touched my Game Boy or the blind white terror he had been thrown into when the music started. On the last visit to the hospital before school on the second day, I was left alone with him while Mom had a private talk with the doctor about precautions to take if this happened again. I sat on the chair next to the bed as he was staring at the ceiling, and suddenly he sat up, making me flinch. Hey, he told me, Angie, go in my room when you get home. I didn't understand what he meant, but then I remember the things we haven't packed up and bought in. The game and the hacking tool under my bed. Get rid of him. I don't want to ever play with them again. His voice sounds so weary and desperate. He sounds like an old man on his dead bed. My poor damaged little brother. How could I refuse? Promise you'll get rid of them. Okay, I promise. I was carted off to school late, and though the whole day I only had my promise to hit him in the head. I had to promise him to him in my head. I didn't know it at the time, but this would be the last time I could ever play the big sister role and help him out. I just had to get home and get rid of that game, and as the day went on, a sick curiosity started up my own head. What happened to that game that scared him so badly? I was scared myself, but I just have to know. I have to. I got home and went right to his room, bent on uncovering whatever horror was. Hi, Snake. How are you? What's up? Welcome to the horror scary stream of Creepypasta. Will you be scared? Well, I don't know, but good, just back from a walk. Oh, nice. Well, you should be exercising more by running. You can't be walking. That's not how you build muscle. How dare you? No, I'm kidding. Well, it looks like you actually suffered enough, but that's nice. I'm glad you're able to, like, get some fresh air and touch grass with My dog don't run. Ow! Is your dog small or something? Okay, that makes more sense though. That does make more sense. Then my bad then. I'm glad you're able to get a nice walk from that. And he's an old man. Okay, never mind. Now I feel bad actually assuming shit. Never mind. Okay. Okay, that's fair. Then I'm glad you had a nice walk with your dog then. I do plan on actually walking my dog tomorrow. But today I was like, fuck it. I want to stream. I keep needing to stream. I already like said that in the sub donothon that I would actually freaking read Creepypasta, but I haven't, but now I am. So I'm here now. He's all good. Yay, nice. How was your game earlier? I saw you were playing. And it's still pretty funny that I scared you though. Yeah. I was honestly like I was actually about to text you too. I was about to say that to like out of sudden I was like, Snake, I missed an appointment of mine. I'm so sad. So to be a lesson, I ate Subway. But then I was like, nah, I'm not gonna bother him. So yeah, it was kinda sad. But it is okay. It was like I missed my appointment for my annual because traffic was shit and stuff like that. But yeah, it's all good. But yeah, you heard of creepypasta? You're scared of any horror scary? Reading creepypasta and it was fun. Yeah, played for 4 hours and felt like 5 minutes. Huh? Did I hear something? Uh oh. Okay, it's must be my imagination. I hear some. You missed it. Go to it right now. Wait, you missed it. What? Huh? No, fuck. No. They scheduled me. They scheduled me. They rescheduled me. I couldn't do it. It's one of those things where, like, if it keep put you, like, behind the doctor, you had to, like, get rescheduled. Yeah. I moved it to August somewhere now. It fucking sucks. But yeah, I am reading Creepypasta. Right now, I'm reading the Pokemon one because my friend said that's the scariest. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Yeah, so it's mostly about hacks and stuff like that. But hope your day's been nice. It's good to see Snake, as always. Sticky Turkey visit the other like earlier. He made me suffer by putting the like a nya like a redeem to make me like a meow like every sentence for 5 minutes. It sucks, as it always does. Okay, where? Oh, okay. There. Gonna lurk and listen. Okay, okay. Thank you. Enjoy your lurk, and I hope you have like a good day then. Okay, where the frick am I? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, there. Okay, yeah, I got it. All right. Let's see. I was scared, but I just have to know. I have to. I got home and went to his room, bent to uncovering what horror was waiting for me. Mom had since vacuumed the room, and the cartridge and the game shark was no longer visible. I got down and crawled half under the bed, feeling timid but holding to the promise that I made as a badge of courage. Under the bed there was enough dust to make me cough, enough old Legos, various of toys that I couldn't set my elbow down without landing onto something. I finally saw both objects. They've been shoved to the corner on top of a notebook that looked too new to have been there long. Unthinking, I grabbed the corner of the paper and dragged everything out with me, still wheezing from the dust. They look so innocent. Simple toys and simple spiral bound bunch of papers. When I set silver version and the game shark on the floor, I took a closer look at the notebook. On it's drawn at least 20 different cheat codes, but one had been scratched out with a sharpie over where it had been initially been drawn with pen. That was confusing. He really tried to erase it out. The marker has been pressed to the paper so hard that it soaked most of the papers behind it. Almost through two-thirds of the way the cardstock back cover. But pen has a way of sticking around. I pick up the notebook and tilt it backwards in the light, and a reflective surface of a sharpie revealed the indent of what's been left where he written. The code was unillegible mess of letters and numbers, but the words next to it confused me. Easter egg, snow on Mount Silver. I remember what he said when I found him. He was raving about white, and then black. Could he mean snow? Even though it was only August and the temperature has been climbing to 90 degrees every day, a chill ran down my spine. Did I dare? I picked everything up and brought it to my room and laid it on the carpet in front of me with my own GBA next to it. For a long time, I just stared down at it, and the longer I looked, the more maniacal Lugia face became on the sticker, like a sick kind of twisted grin, like daring me to find out what happened to my brother. I was for mm. Stinky. What the? Oh, wait. Oh, no, he's just calling us Snake Stinky. Okay, that's fine. I had to find. I slid gold out of the GBA. You too. Fuck you! Never mind, you stink too. Stinky turkey phoenix. Fuck off. It took me 15 minutes to compose myself and turn it on. It starts normally. I left the sound on low, too afraid what I might hear to keep it a full way, and too curious to turn the whole down. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Thank you. Ah, that felt good. Ah, there we go. Eh? That's like okay. The title screen was normal too. Lugia again, but somehow menacing despite my common sense telling me it was exactly the same picture as every other time I start the game. How bad could this be? I asked myself. His note said Easter egg. Didn't that mean that the coding was already in the game? The menu came up, still absolutely normal. His character was Blake, with mostly filled Pokédex, but the time was odd 999.99. I knew he couldn't have been playing that long. I had barely logged 50 hours on my own game, and I was at the E4, and I was playing slowly. Probably the result of this hacking fucked up the file. Oh,
Suffer
thank you,
potato.
Sagi.
Suffer.
Hello. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. Let me give you a shout out. I saw you streaming earlier. I was just like there for a bit because I was actually at the Sarahim, hello. How are you? What's up? What is up? Okay, so there we go. A shout out. There, let me give you a shout out. How was your stream? Welcome. And welcome, Sarahim. How I'm glad to see you there. I hope you guys are having a nice day and that like you guys are like relax now that the hard part is over. I meant stream. I just assume everyone gets tired after streaming or something like that. But I'm really happy to see you though. What's up, buddy? Dangan, yeah, I saw Danganronpa too. Miss my Monokuma voice. Yeah, I when I watch it, I saw you were reading it. So I did miss it, which is a shame. I would love to hear it one day. Show me one day, okay? I do want to see the impression, and I know you can do impressions because you voiced act. So give me your best Komatuma, Monokuma, okay? But welcome. We're just reading a bit of creepypasta. And not just any creepypasta, we're reading Pokemon because my friend said that it is the scariest. And I do agree with him because I used to read them in the past and they are really freaky, yo. So definitely want to stay for the scares, stay here. You want to chill and like have self-care, do like take care of yourself. Either way, it's actually a nice like being able to encounter you. But yeah, we are. Where the heck am I? Okay, okay, okay. Okay, the game started up, and all I noticed was a prolonged black screen. It almost took a minute for anything to change, and there was no sound at all. The hairs on my back was standing up already, but it was too late to turn back. Finally, a very dim sort of map came into the screen, but it almost looked like static. What is going on? I squint down and realize with a fearsome pang that it's actually the Mount Silver map. But what I thought was static was heavy falling snow. So this is where he last saved his game. That scared me. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I don't know why. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. A lot of reading. Thank you, thank you. I needed that. Thank you. For all the scaries in the world. Thank you. Okay, okay, okay. Let's see here. Okay, okay. The map. Okay, okay. And I check his party. A very normal team for someone who's been using a game shark. Typhlosion, Feraligatr, Meganium. Fuck, I don't remember some of these Pokemon. Pidgeot, P- Pidgeot, Tyranitar, Lugia. Oh, Lugia, the Pokemon. Oh, I was like, who the fuck is Lugia the whole time? All level 100 with modded moves, typical for him. Something about the sprite was strange though. They seemed sullen in a way. Their colors seemed washed out and their expression lacked the usual vigor they normally had. I chalked this up to missing pixels or something, also due to the hacking. The map had brightened up a smidgen as I closed out the start menu. Indeed, the snow was somehow falling very heavily. Pixels dance across the screen so fast that it's hard to see the little sprite that was my brother's character. Something was off about him too. When I checked the info, it was the same as the game sprite. The color was dull. But now that I thought about it, he almost looked frostbitten. My stomach tightened and I turned and tried to move back down the mountains and I hit the bottom of the screen. Word popped out and there was finally a sound. My sprite hitting an invisible wall. I can't turn back now. That was unsettling. I went into my Pokemon and tried to use Pidgeot's fly ability. I can't fly in this. Obviously, it's referring to the snow. Fuck this, I thought, going into his bag. There is an escape rope. I tried using it. I can't go back anymore. What's going on? Once again, I tried to walk down the mountains, and to my horror, the words changed at every attempt. I can't run away.
I can't go back down. I can never go back. This last one sent a fidget feeling through my heart. There's no way down the mountain. I try to climb, turning a little sprite around. I move him forward. No resistance at all, though my walking speed was oddly slow. What was truly weird was the lack of brass, of trainers, of anything at all but that white snow, which still blew across the screen and made it almost impossible to see. As I moved further up the mountains, his speed became slower and slower, and a curtain of pixel grew thicker, so that I could barely make out the features of the map. But it seemed like that's the only way to move was straight ahead anyway. I reached what looked like a set of stairs, the very top edge of the screen. I didn't remember this being there before. As I tried to move up, the little sprite paused. I'm cold. By now, even I was getting goosebumps. His walking speed has become painfully slow, and if somehow he was being impeded, up a little staircase, more text on the screen. Megium has died. What happened? I thought. Pokemon don't die in these games. I checked the party and was frightened and confused what I saw. Megium's sprite has been replaced by all red X's. All the other Pokemon sported various degrees of damage, though I hadn't battled once. I went into the bag and found a single revive and tried to use it. It's too late, it said. What kind of Easter egg is this? There wasn't much I could do. Trying to turn around yielded the same message as before, so I kept moving. Pidgeot has died. I checked again, and sure enough, there was the same X. This time I selected and looked at the Pokemon itself, trying to figure out what's wrong. I wish I hadn't. The sprite has been Maggle. Piece of it has been missing. What's left was splotch of a sickish blue-gray color, and the eye has been a solid black pitch. I switched to Magium, same deal. Leg missing, chunk of its neck, most of its head, save the pitch black, dead eye. Morbid curiosity urged me onward, and the path never deviated from the straight upward path I traveled the entire time. Along the same every now and then, another party Pokemon would die, and examination of its sprite would show the same condition as the other, until what's left was Typhlosion. Typhlosion. One more staircase was ahead. I climbed it, braced of whatever horror awaited me. I hit the summit. It was deserted. Red was nowhere to be found. The snow had stopped falling. In the very center of the map was something sticking out of the snow. It looks like a Pokeball. Okay, maybe all that creepy shit led to some climatic final boss using what's left in there. If I pick it up, maybe Red would come out of hiding. I walk and examine it, and a burst of static noise from my game made me jump. What appeared on the screen was a battle animation. My trainer sprite appeared, his skin blue, against another mango Pokemon sprite. It was Celebi. In the center of the black hole of its eye, a single red dot burned out like an amber. The thing looked rotted. I didn't even throw out my most dead type lotion before it had moved. Celebi used Paris song. A screech came out of my Celebi, and I nearly dropped it as the screen went white. A part of me was relieved, thinking the final Pokemon had been KO and teleported to the Pokemon Center, but I was wrong. The sprite reappeared, what it looks like in the cave, and now I'm in the mountain. I checked my a trainer cart and felt sick. The sprite had just mauled as the Pokemon has been, a leg gone, a single eye remaining, pitch black and so sad looking. Tears swell in the corner, and every color from him was replaced by those six shades of frosty blue and gray. Every stats of the card was reduced to zero except the time 9999. I quickly moved back to the map. His sprite has mimicked this horror that become the trainer card. Pieces are missing, everything discolored. I try to walk as I receive the first message. It's so cold. There was only one way to go, upward. I move on, and that would be stopped by another message as my heart sink lower. Mother, it's so cold. I can't go on. The walls as I walk became darker and darker until they are pitch black by the end. There was an exit there, marked by a white outline. I had no choice but to go through it. I opened the chambers that was also solid white. The only way to distinguish the wall was a thin gray line that marked them in the separate as separate from the floor. Against the far wall, there was another sprite, red sprite, intact. I hadn't gummed this part. I had to finish this. I walked to him and pressed A. A battle started. His sprite has none of the deformity that marred my own. The color had been the same blue and gray, but he was intact. He looked extremely sad. His first Pokemon came out, Venusaur. It's almost like my own had been, but level 0, with a speck of light. I sent out Typhlosion, who had 6 hit points left. No Pokemon made a sound as they were fought to battle. Venusaur used struggle. There was no animation, just a point of damage done to Typhlosion, and then a opposing sprite dropped to the screen. Venusaur has died. There was no text asking me to switch out. Instead, there was what I took to the prologue from Red. The next was Blastoid, which is more mangled than Venusaur has been. It struggled to and died. After each round, there was that ominous dot 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 from their trainer. Every sprite has been more damaged than the rest. His Espeon is barely distinguishable as a Pokemon. I realized somewhere he was sending them off in order, which saved the last Pokemon. Pikachu came out. It was Crow's test. It too was discolored, like it was frostbitten. It was missing an ear, half its body and tail. Its head is mostly intact, but its eyes were much larger than it should have been and glared at me like pitch black windows into hell. But the thing that got me the most is that giant smile that extended from the way of like its edge of his head. The health is somehow 0, or at least it looked that way. My hands were shaking. I didn't even have time to attack. Pikachu used Pain Split. Pikachu has died. Typhlosion has died. It cut to the edge of the red sprite. It almost looked into mine, but his body is so butchered that it looks like the Kara stripped most of its flesh, except for like the same soulless, deranged eyes as Pikachu. I finally understood what happened. They were dead. They were dead. This sub-level of the mountain was hell that they now exist. He finally spoke. It's over. The screens flash back and white for a moment. Use Destiny Bond. A horrible, hideous screeching came into the issue from my GBA. The screen went black and shrieked at me, and I threw it to the floor, pressing my back into the bed. The horrible noise continued for several moments before the screen remained white, then black, and then there was silence. It took me a few moments, but I finally stood up. I took my Game Shark. I took the notebook, and I took that fucking possessed game. I picked it all up and carried to the garbage can where we already set for this morning pickup and end our long, wild driveway. And I threw them in, and when I got back to the house, I don't know what made me do it. I picked up the yellow version and insert it into my Game Boy. I think part of me was determined to make sure I hadn't somehow been tainted as well. The game started back, and the gameplay. I turned to my Pikachu and press A. A smiling smiling face greeted me with its ear twitch and a pixelated smile. A pleasant, normal smile. I turned my game back and spent the next hour crying in the floor. My brother never played Pokemon ever again. He gave it up for good. I stuck to replaying my comforting unhacked games. That winter, the snow felt thick. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this. That was it. That was literally it. I don't know what that is, but yep, that was the Pokemon creepypasta. I really don't know if there's any what to expect from the game, but that's actually more sad than actually creepy than anything. Uh let's see. Okay. What other ones can I actually read? I think there's one about. I remember that one so fondly. Have you read that? You actually read that? Are you kidding me? Really? Let's see. Uh, 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 Creepypasta. Okay. I was gonna say, like, if you, it's a, yes, a classic. This is a classic. Why is a classic so sad? It's so sad. It makes me want to hug some of the characters. What the hell? It is so sad. uh, I mean, I'm down to read more Pokemon, but I actually don't know any more on top of my head, except for like maybe Glitchy Red or something. But even then, that one's sad too. And like I think there's one about the Lavender Town or something, right? And then there's one about blah 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 blah. Nigga. Pasta, Lavender Town. I'm very scared. I'm very scared looking at images right now, but I'm very scared. I try to be brave though. I'll try to be brave. Mm. What more did you like read? Like any favorites you got, Saggy? Lavender Town. Uh, let's see. Okay. Lavender Town is also a classic. Always a classic. Yeah, that's why I'm scared of it. I'm scared. Uh, okay, I can't find the actual creepy pasta for it. What the hell? What the hell? Yeah, I'm trying to find this one. It's so scary. So scary. uh, I don't know why like my thing is actually freaking. No. Oh shit, it's actually frozen. I swear to God. Maybe I should actually use Edge. Yeah, I'm gonna use Edge. Okay. Creepy pasta. Lavender Town. Lavender Town. Very scary. Okay. Fandom, that's not what I'm looking for. Know your meme. Hmm? Crazy. Okay. Oh, okay. This is because you know, like, shut up! Fuck off! Okay. This is actually less worse than me quotation flirting at you. Okay. Okay. Well, what can I do? Okay. Phoenix, you did good. A really hard worker, and I'm really proud of you. And you should really be proud of you too, because you've been really active this month, and you're doing so much. And like, I really wish to be like you sometimes, like how I want to be like Batman sometimes, because you know, everyone wants to be like Batman, and that's pretty cool. And you really got a lot going this month, which is super impressive. And you got some nice leadership. Comparing me to Batman. No. I'm really not. I meant like a superhero, as if like when you know, like when you play like the game Batman or Spider Man, you want to be Spider Man. I'm comparing it to a superhero. Yeah. And it's really impressive that you managed a lot of changes with your leadership skill, and like you're like a tribe leader, and it's really cool. And I swear to God, I usually mean it when I say it, but for some reason with me putting in the spot makes me cringe more actually saying this, but I do mean it though. What the fuck? So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Good job, Phoenix. Good job. Good job. Very good. Very good. You're doing awesome, and you should be proud of yourself. And I swear to God, I'm not laughing because I mean it, but it's actually funny because I literally am put in the spot, and I fucking hate you for it. Why, you don't like Batman or something? What, you just for Spider-Man or what, Superman or something? Or like, what's wrong with Batman, huh? Batman's pretty cool. I like Batman actually because like there's so many versions of Batman in DC. Okay, like the future Batman that has all the electronics and stuff like that. Batman's cool. I like him more than Superman. Okay. Oh, the one I'm thinking is called Lavender Town Syndrome. Oh, okay. That's probably it. I was gonna say, like, why the fuck can I not find that shit? But yes, that makes more sense. So yeah, if you don't want to be Batman, I can. Let's see. What kind of what you can be? Wolverine. Wolverine kind of looks like a bird, kinda. I don't like it's just like his mask kind of reminds me of a bird. Okay. So yeah, yeah, take that. I was thinking, like, I don't even know what's worse, me praising people or me actually flirting with people. So much more worse, so dumber. Okay, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Lavender Town creepypasta. Okay, why can I not find it? Story. Where can I read it? That's the problem. I cannot. Oh, is it this one? Nah, meh, 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 meh. Oh, this is not it. Why is it so hard to find it? God damn it. Story. Story? Story. Damn it. What the hell? Maybe it's this one. Uh, uh, yeah, I don't know why it's. I fucking can't find this shit. What the hell? Ah. Okay. Ugh. Oh, I actually don't think I can actually read this one. It has some triggers about the S word. Yeah, I don't think I can read this. That's not good. uh, ugh. Uh, uh, huh. Yeah, no, yeah, it's something. I'll do glitchy red. That's okay. Glitchy red creepypasta. Glitchy red. Yeah. Unless you guys actually have some other suggestion for creepypastas. Creepypasta. How the fuck do I read this? Creepypasta. Okay, I found the creepypasta one. Uh, I mean, the freaking glitchy red one. I don't know why I can't find the Lavender Town one. I'm kind of sad I can't. Okay. Here is the story of Glitchy Red. About a month ago, I brought a second Pokemon Red cartridge. Okay, this is actually starting to sound the same, but we are doing Pokemon, so that compared to my old one. I knew it was either bootleg or produced by somewhere else. You can see from the picture how the sticker does not fit the front cartridge and the red plastic is cheap and see-through. If you if you look close, you can see the internal battery on the second, where the first is not seen at all. I first started up and it had only one option, new game, and unlike the well-loved cartridge I've been using, I didn't have any wear marks from it being inserted in the GBC or anything like that being used. But why not? I figure I poured plenty of money into the franchise and one bootleg game wasn't going to kill me. I popped into the GBC and start playing. A couple weeks ago, I lost my GBC for a while. And so I had to play it on my SP. So no big deal, I thought. When I start the game up, oddly enough, the backlit screen of the CP went out like I'd been playing on an old Game Boy Advance or Color. I thought it was pretty weird considering the lower settings of my SP screen is brighter than the high settings of all my games SP, as I took good care of it, and it was unlikely that the backlight would be going anytime soon. But as soon as I switched to playing Sapphire, the screen lit back up. I played my other red in this SP plenty, but it never dimmed for a old Game Boy game, so I just attribute it to the game itself being poorly made, which makes no sense, I know. About now, you probably are wondering when I'm gonna tell you about when there was some unknown in my party and a bury alive guy in Lavender Town start eating my player character. What the fuck? Wait, what? Because any pre-owned bootleg game is bound to have some creepy hack shit. Well, it's not that simple. I played through Lavender Town, the Pokemon Tower, and all that. Nothing unusual happened. I didn't go mad from the musical and feel the S word. My Pokemon never turn white and start crying tears of blood or anything like that. However, as I continued playing, it became apparent to me that this game had some glitches. Just like the cheap plastic casing and sticker that it barely stuck, the game itself was flaky. I never played Pokemon on an emulator before, but if I had to guess, I would say that when it was copied, a lot of the data was corrupted, and I had to be careful when playing it or it would freeze. For example, sometimes the graphics around the player, I'm gonna call him Red, as that's what I named him. I'm a bit of a Red fanboy. Would turn into big color bars. What the fuck? Bars, and the game would stop, and the background music would stop in whatever note it had hit and played this high pitched, staticky whine until I restart. This happened whenever I start to get on my bike inside a cave or a building. I wasn't sure that this was a normal bootleg game until I examined the SNES in the Caledon Departure store. Don't judge me, but being a Red fanboy, I always like when the game said things from Red's point of view, like how he said Dad would like this. When you examine the SNES, or I should get going. When you examine the TV, since you never get to see what the players say anything, to the point where, as a joke, the developer made Red said nothing more than ellipses when you encounter him in GSC. Anyway, when I examined the SNES, where Pokemon would normally say Dad would like this, instead I saw the text, "Where's Dad?" I examined it again and the same thing. I kind of laughed it off, thinking, for some reason, it was a poor translation. Don't ask how I thought that it makes any sense. In the back of my mind, I was hoping for a hack game, but hey, I got the screen caps and posted it in 4chan. I'd be able to at least kill an afternoon laughing about it. I went to the next floor and then went back to the check the NES. And to my surprise, the the message had changed. Now Red said, "Who created me?" I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to laugh because that literally just freaking remind me of AI or some shit like that. It's like AI shit like went wrong. At this point, I'm pretty sure this has been in by a hacker, and I thought it was kind of awesome. Seriously, Red is finding out that he was just a video game character. It's pretty funny. After that, after failing to find any other add-in dialogue, I continue in with the game story. At this point, I was near the part where you surf to Cinnabar and the Seafoam Island, but the glitching keeps getting worse. Sometimes the map would get distorted, like Glitch City, and Red would be surfing onto the tree or house or some other stuff, and I couldn't move. I had to fly out and try again. As a kid, I always liked doing Missing No and Glitch City, and I had a Game Shark back in the day, so the glitches were kind of cool. Eventually, I made it to Cinnabar. Now, being a avid glitcher way back then, of course the first thing I did was fly to Viridin and do the old man trick, but no matter how many times I tried, I could never get the missing node to appear. I thought maybe the ROM has been edited to prevent glitching, but clearly that wasn't the case, and the thing had more bugs than the Vidian's forest. Instead, when I entered the Pokemon Mansion, I was greeted with the following text: Red. Nice try, Red. It was obvious where Red would be the name of whatever you name your player. What freaked me out me is Red in all caps as the speaker. At this point, I know that I have an edited game. The player name is trying to tell me nice try after I failed to do missing no. The game froze then and I restarted. I hadn't saved since I tried the missing no glitch, but when I turned the game again, I was back at the mansion, exactly where the window had a pop up. I could move again, so I went back and played through the mansion. Call me scaredy cat, but despite my excitement, I was scared, so I played slowly and with the lights on. That's me. And I still playing on my SP and internal light still didn't work, so I used that as justification for me being a massive scaredy cat. Things only got weirder. As I left the mansion, I got a message. Ding dong, time's up, your Safari Games is over. As done the glitch city in the past. Hmm? Still you? Eh? Eh? What? What is that? What do you mean still you? What do you mean still you? What does that mean? What are you trying to say, Toshi? Yeah, I'm still me. I'm still me. Do you still sleep with a nightlight? Yeah! Yeah, it's scary if I don't. But the thing is, like, I might have to actually turn off the lights completely for my new place because I don't want to waste electricity and they'll add to the bill. But I do I do like a nightlight. I'm gonna be scared for next month because I can't use the nightlight because bills. I just want to actually use the nightlight so it feels like it's safe so that I don't actually get scared when sleeping. If not, then I just like if like it's darkness, what I do is like I put the covers, right? And then I cover myself in it so there's no chances the monsters will get me and stuff like that. It sounds childish, but hear me out. It gets scary, okay? It just does. Don't ask me why, I just get scared easily. But yes, I do use the nightlight. I also brought a nightlight, like, to my new place, too. Which I won't even be able to use it either, which fucking sucks. So there's no point of me having a nightlight. I... yeah. Uh, 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 uh. Meanwhile, I'm walking at 2 a.m. around. What the? What? Why are you not scared? Do you not get scared that the fact uh that there's freaking like stuff around, like you never know what anything's gonna happen and stuff like that. Yes, I'll swear. Oh, okay, okay, Marcus sold. I forgot to actually, yeah, I forgot to get that list. My bad. Why are you cleaning at 1 a.m. sometimes? Because it's not my choice. I'm not the one who like freaking chose that. You know who told me to do it. I freaking like I'm like the thing is like when I clean at 1 a.m. at least I turn all the lights on and not in the dark cuz I can't do that shit. But yeah, after this uh maybe I might actually end the stream. Okay, no, no, I won't be a pussy. I won't be a pussy. I might be able to do one more story. I won't be a pussy. I won't be a pussy. I won't be a pussy. Won't be. Yeah, but you know, yeah. If I do clean that's not my choice. Oh, I have done Glitch City in the past, so I know this happens whenever you flew out of the Safari Zone. As expected, I was outside the Safari Zone gate the next time I hit A, and the tenants asked if I got a good haul. I have an intense feeling of foreboding that when I leave the gate, I be scared to be in Glitch City or even worse. I have a flyer, but yet to understand. This is all a little unnerving. And like unnerving. Instead, I was in Pallet Town, but there was no music, nothing. Another text window appeared. This isn't where I was from. I've been lied to. I couldn't move my player after that, so I went to reset, but something stopped me. Instead, I opened the start menu and start to fly out there. But to my horror, the pidget I used for fly wasn't there. Just my Blastoise, my Exu Gudar, my Kadabra, my Mew from the Nugget Bridge glitch, and the Kanga Gangagan in the Pidgeot's place was a level 16 Raticate with 1 HP. It was poison. I checked its stats, and it only have OT Blue and new Hyper Beam, Quick Attack, Glare, and the Skull Bash. I didn't even know if Eradicate can learn all of these moves. I've heard that Gary's Eradicates die seriously in the game, but I had named Gary Noob in this game for a few laughs. I guess that the OT name Blue came for the fact that Blue is in the opposite to a Red's version. Like maybe it was supposed to come with a blue cartridge, but Raticate doesn't evolve until level 20, so this is a previous hack. I had some antidotes and potions in the bag, so I figured why not? I heal it. So I left the Pokemon menu and the entire start menu closed and I couldn't open it again. I start walking and then this time I was able to move, but a few steps forgetting about the poison until um a box block pop again. We killed it. At this point I was getting freaked out. I went to my party and Raticate wasn't there at all. Neither was my Pidgeot. The slot was like empty. I closed my menu and tried to move again, but nothing. I didn't want to turn the game off in case some it is somehow saved again. So I tried to move before remembering that Kadabra news teleport. When I hit start, nothing happened. I kept trying to move, but I couldn't move. No, Red wasn't letting me move. This happened to me. Why? He said. At this point, I shut the game off. I took the hack red version and put the fire red. Like my old game, I named the character red, and for some reason, still kind of scared me. I start it up, and to my horror, the game was still dim. I hit continue on the main menu, and when I tried to open the game, I got the message saying that my game data has been lost or corrupted, and when I start the game froze, with the music being staticky white. At this point, I was really desperate to play some real Pokemon where no creepy hacks or corrupted shit was going on, and I was angry that my Fire Red version was broken. So I threw in my Sapphire and started off, and the game lit up normally. I thought for a second that there was something wrong with my SP that broke my Fire Red and stuff, but I didn't want that happening to my Sapphire in my Chirachi from the Coliseum and the Phoebus that had took me an hour to find, so I shut it off and pulled it off. I started playing what I call glitchy red version about a few weeks ago, and when I started back, I was still in Pallet Town and there was no music and things seems normal, except for the empty slot in my party and the SP screen no longer lighting up. I biked to Vidian and Pidget safely to my PC, so I figured why not, and took it out and flew to Cinnabar to fight Blaine. And when I unlocked the gym, surprise, another text box. No. No matter how many times I tried, the game refused to believe that I have the secret key, despite it being there in my bag. Red wasn't allowing it. Everything that happened to me happened because the world let it happen to me. I didn't become a hero on my own. I was manipulated. I never unlocked that door. The door was unlocked because the game let me in. Everything you do because the game lets you. Because of the how many texts there were, it took a long time to scroll through, and the whole time I was writing down everything he's saying, so I had it for reference. Things start things were getting a little too Silent Hill for me, and once again I try to move. Red wouldn't let me. I'm gonna show you how it feels to be able to bear your own fate. I gave up and start the open the start menu again, and glad that I could, and use Pidgeot to like fly out there. And I knew that this was only because Red was letting me fly. He was toying with me. I flew to Lavender Town because shockingly, there nothing ever happens there. From Lavender, I walked to find Fuchsia, but as soon as I left Lavender, Red was at it again. No. Well, darn, I think. I opened the menu and flew to Flucia. When I got there, I nearly screamed, don't judge. And dropped my SP. It was Glitch City you get when you surf along Cinnabar Coast. Immediately the menu will pop, and way it does when you do, you get the Mew glitch. It was asking me to save the game. There was no option for no, and B does nothing. I shut my game. When I start back, I'm still at Glitch City. I checked my party, and the way Red wanted me to. Pidgeot and Kadabra was still there. But instead of teleport and fly appearing when I selected, there was only curse. I was smart enough to not select it. I hit B until I was out of the menu, and Red was telling me shit again. You're staying here with me, Red. They replaced me because I was glitch and not good enough. I thought this was my story, but I was just a game from a video game. I'm just a character from a video game. They took everything from me, my voice, my freedom, my legacy. They replaced me with the brown hair kid. Understood? Now he meant the red hair, the fire red version, and the gold and silver crystal version. I know, it's so dark. It's so sad. It made me feel bad for him. Crystal, where he's been demoted to the final boss. He let me move into my surprise. The game never froze as I was walking on water and stepping on the house into the houses. Eventually, I suppose I went too far and the screen went black around my player. Am I a joke to you? A yes and no pop, and I can't tell how fast I said no. Then why do you do these things to me? Why do you corrupt my world and show me the glitches that aren't meant to be? Why do you hurt me with missing no? I never wanted to hurt Red. It was just for fun. The game had bugs, and we all just exploited them for fun. Why did I have to die? Because I'm a hero? I shut my game off. That night I had dreamed that I was the Pokemon trainer, the player from Fire Red who I will never think of as Red, and I was being chased by a whale pace. It's just a prank, bro. Yeah, exactly. It's just a prank. I was being chased by white pale body. While I can't feel pain in my dreams. I know some people can. The pale figure caught me and ripped my chest and side with his nail. The last thing I woke up is the face of my attacker, a little boy with bright red eyes, black hair, and red white hat. For the rest, a few days as when I play, it was because I had to. I was trapped in the blackness because Red refused to let me go. Because he was forsaken and forgotten, left to be abused by players who come out of nostalgia and exploit the bugs. Because I play so much, I almost had a headache from the high pitched noise the game makes. I had to call out of work sick. I could never move, but I found a comfort staring at the screen with the black background and my player. Red didn't say anything to me. I couldn't play Fire Red again, but even though it works in my DS, yesterday I finally got to mid silver on Heart Gold, and I couldn't bring myself to battle Red. I don't know what he'd do to me if I beat his replacement. Would he be happy, angry? Would his defeat put his spirit in peace? I don't know. No matter how many times I play through the games, Red will suffer the same fate because he is a hero. Because the games let him only go so far. Red will never again be able to experience the glory of being a hero, and neither will we. No matter how many times you start a new game, it will never be the same as the first you play. You know what will happen. You play for nostalgic because it's just a game to you now. I killed Red, and so did you. Unlike Ash Ketchum, he will never be a hero of another new game in a brand new region. In the Heart Gold, Gold successor, Ethan had taken his accomplishments from him, being the one to catch Pokemon Red he have caught so hard for. Mewtwo, Zapdos, Arcuno, and Moltres. His life is over for him. He becomes such a legend that there's nothing left for him to be proud of. I finished Glitchy Red yesterday, and I finally checked my trainer card. It was a sprite of Red as he appeared in GSC, but the game same monochrome color scheme, just red and green. As I looked closer, the red pixel made his shirt look darker and oddly arranged, as if he was bleeding from his chest. None of the badge of the time or the ID, just the sprite. as it returned to the menu, instead of the um name appearing as red, there was only the word gone for my trainer card I selected, and the card went blank. Go ahead and forget me. Goodbye. The game reset, and the way it does after you beat the champion, and this time there was only one option, new game. I found the GPS early and start playing it there. When I play it on the SP, it lit up and everything was normal. I had to start a new game in Fire Red, but it start is working again. Even the bootleg version play normally, no glitches. I never see Red silence the same ever again. Even the missing no or the glitch CD bug. I have never deeper respect for the silent protagonist in the game for we put them through. Lavender Town used to creep me out, but now I find it is very peaceful, as even Red, who wanted revenge on the world, had treated him badly. Never mess with the rest of the place of the fallen Pokemon. Someday, I hope to wake up with scratches on my torso. Well, okay. That is actually reminds me of kind of like Doki literature, or at least like those games that like break the fourth wall in like protagonists that like don't have their own destiny. Like I actually read some original stories that go through the thing of like the characters are actually aware that they're game characters, and that like they can't actually control their destiny. And it's actually sad when you think about it. Instead of thinking that is like it's a creepy story, I've been reading sad stories instead. I was like, this makes me sad. It really does. And it's honestly, I do like this one. Wreck-It Ralph is spot on. Yeah. Wreck-It Ralph was actually pretty spot on like how like it handles the archetype of like the character's role and like what they're meant to be, but like like you see the character push like their destiny when they don't actually want it to be like that. And I that's why I actually like Wreck-It Ralph so much. I actually don't remember this second movie too much, but the first one was really good. I really do like it. So it's definitely like a nice read for me and stuff like that. Do I actually have enough energy for another story? That is a good question. Second is not worth remembering. Yeah, I was just like, I remember nothing. First, yes. Yeah, it's not like freaking Shrek where like I actually like the first one, the second one, the third one's okay, the fourth one I don't remember. Like yeah, like freaking Wreck-It Ralph is like I like the first one and I don't remember the second one. But then like I also like first one for my How to Train Your Dragon 2, but I don't remember any of the sequels after that. I feel bad. And the thing is like I watched the live action too and I enjoyed it. So it made me want to see a sequel of it, but it's like another time. Damn. The only thing I remember is the Trek 3 is Merling going out in underwear, something like that. Oh my god, that sounds so stupid. Yeah, okay, that actually does sound pretty fun then. That does sound so stupid. That's great. Okay, it does seem like honestly, reading those stories make me sleepy. They really do. I don't know why, but it just makes me really sleepy. Uh, I remember the fat cat in boots. Oh, I do want to actually. Yeah, I do want to watch like the Poots and Boots though. That's something I definitely want to do. Uh, but they do be cozy. Yeah, it's so cozy right now. I am super relaxed. Like so relaxed that like I just wanna like yeah, we should is decent. Yeah, it's so relaxing. I'm just so happy that I am relaxed right now. It's like I'm not even scared at all. I'm just like really relaxed and like sleepy and stuff like that. But yeah, I guess like since I'm really sleepy, I am also going to raid. Uh, it's been really nice. So, it's definitely a time to uh Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Don't forget, since I am still doing a donathon this month. Yeah, thank you for the stretch, AK nap. Yeah, yeah. Or gemotate, gemotate. And like, don't forget the we're sorry, doing a donathon this month. So if you want to help Gemma move, there is a thing you can check through my coffee and like my coffee or like my fourth wall or like my throne, any of those so I can get furniture and stuff like that. If anything else, stay tuned. I might actually do something in a different stream. I'm not sure what yet, but there will be. We nearly reached another goal, so we'll see for now. But yeah, it's been really fun. And who the fuck is streaming? Hold on. I know there are more people streaming. Uh-huh. Huh. No, 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 no. I don't know any of these. Oh, let's try this person. This person playing Let's Date Everything, and that sounds really fun. I need to play that at some point. Devil. I'm typing wrong. Fuck. Devil. Devil. Devilish milk. Devilish milk. Okay, hopefully I spelled it right. But yeah, stay tuned. Thank you guys for everything. And good night. Good night. Good night. Ah, sleepy Gemma. Go sleepy. Ah, good night everyone. Bye bye. Happy Gemma time.